Most modern digital services assume three things: a smartphone, affordable data, and a stable internet connection. South Africa couldn't assume those three things for everyone in their population, so they kept old technology that works without any of these things. So this is a USD code running, *141#. You push it, and then a menu appears. So here's what's actually happening. When I dial this code, my phone isn't using the internet at all. It's talking directly to the mobile network, the same basic system that handles calls and SMSs. The network sends back a short menu, I reply with a number, then it replies with the respective thing that I need. And when I exit, the whole thing ends. There's no downloading, there's no updates, nothing. And that's why it works with very old phones. Phones that can only connect to 2G networks. That's many years ago technology. And it's also why it works when you don't have any data on your phone. And that's why it also works without an app. Because some of those phones before, they don't have access to any app store to actually run any sort of apps. Now, the question is, why does this matter in South Africa? It matters because data is expensive for many people. Phones aren't always new and can handle these latest updates of apps, and connections are not always reliable. There's no such thing as 5G across the entire country. And for a lot of people, technology is not solely just for convenience. It's about whether you can actually get something done at all. And that's why USSD is used for certain things. And these specific things are not scrolling, not browsing, but things where failure actually costs us a lot. Checking if your money is there. Sending money to other people that may not have a bank account. There are many foreigners that live in South Africa that are not eligible for a bank account. However, they need to get paid. Or they're your friend and you need to help them out. So you can send money via USSD. Buying airtime. I don't know how airtime translates, but it's effectively the money that you use to buy data and calls and SMSs. Triggering prepaid electricity. That's something weird for the first world, but it exists heavily here in South Africa. You pay for your electricity before you actually use it. These are all quite small actions, but they're important for day-to-day existence here in South Africa. And USSD is used because it seems to be the least fragile way to actually do these things. And when I say least fragile, I mean the easiest and most convenient way to actually do this. We don't need huge apps to monitor our data usage or to send money if we can do it this way. A way that allows the poorest of poor who still potentially use this phone right here, or someone that's using an iPhone. It works for both use cases. And it wasn't an accident to continue using this technology. This is my old phone. Maybe, I don't know when, a few years ago, but this is what I used to use. USSD can still work. If I had the charger for this, it would still work with this. This was my sister's phone. I can't remember how to, there we go. USSD, I think this was my dad's actually. This would still work with it. So there's people that can't afford the fancy iPhone can still use this, can still communicate with others, can still pay for the electricity, can still exist in a technological society because we have maintained this old technology. And this keeping of the technology wasn't an accident. South Africa didn't keep it because it fell behind technological advancements. Because apps overtook this in the first world. You don't need these when you can just go onto your Leica app or your Vodafone app to look at how much data you have. It was a conscious choice. And it kept it because it understood its own conditions in the country, its people. and what they needed and how they used it. South Africa has very expensive data. We have uneven access to internet, to Wi-Fi, to all of these things. Some places in South Africa don't even have mobile data connections. Like, you can't even connect to the internet. It's that bad. And phones are not always perfect. Most people in South Africa are not getting the new iPhone 17 Pro Max what. We are using those old phones because can't afford more. So instead of building for these best case scenarios or using the latest technology because we can, we kept a system that worked. And USSD is not impressive technology, but it's careful technology. And that's something that South Africa does very well. It's not flashy tech, it's practical tech. It's solving the actual problems that exist, not just jumping on a hype train. And we build tech, or we continue to use tech that works because it genuinely helps many people. Another one of the reasons why I love this country.
Sister Bettina! All right. In the meantime, oh shit!